Hey, you guys know what that sound means. It means we're back with another edition of Kevin Chaos Shoots. I know there's another guy on YouTube that his name's Chaos. He likes to shoot on the pro wrestling world. Mad respect to you, buddy. Hope there's no copyright infringement actions going to be taken on the name Chaos, because kind of got her inked on the side of my skull. Not much you can do. Back on point. This time I figured we'd focus more on not such the comical side, but more or less what's going on in pro wrestling. We got a big matchup coming. Let's start it off with Friday Night SmackDown. Do it a little backwards. We got the big match coming up with the Big Show and Sheamus. I'm not a big fan of this match. Normally, I like to see the Big Show in there with a little bit lighter guy. It's either there's no in between. It's got to be like a happy medium to me. I think the Big Show works really well with guys like Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Rey Mysterio Jr. and the Big Show have had some awesome matches. Then you get, big guys like Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker. Not that Sheamus isn't big, that's not what I'm saying, but hear me out. Sheamus he's slow in a way. He's not quick and agile like like a Brock Lesnar or like an Undertaker. Undertaker's very, very, very agile for a big man. And the Big Show doesn't have the work rate to me to carry my interest through this match. Now, I love the Big Show. I respect him for what he does. I mean, to be that size and get in there and have the athleticism that he does, I mean, he's 10 times the athlete that, guys his size should be. That being said, I'm not too excited about this match. You got the Randy Orton and Alberto Del Rio beef going on, which Alberto Del Rio seems to be pretty legit. I mean, this guy, he puts on some pretty good matches. Randy Orton, I mean, we all know this guy he's a ring general. His timing is great. You rarely ever see him mess up a move. The bumps he takes are amazing. I love Randy Orton's work rate in the ring, honestly. I think he's a great wrestler. He has Shawn Michaels-esque work quality in that I think Randy Orton can be in there with just about anybody and more than likely carry the match. That's the way it was with Shawn. Shawn was in there with a lot of guys. Vader, Psycho Sid, which is a great wrestler, but not exactly on HBK's level, and he's carried those matches. That's pretty much the big main event stuff for SmackDown. Let's move over to Monday Night Raw. Vince McMahon and CM Punk had their deal. CM Punk has to choose between Ryback, that's his name. I call him Kmart Snitsky or Kmart Goldberg because let's be honest, this guy's not going to last. I mean, they're building him pretty hard right now, They really are with the feed me more. They're building this guy up, and I just don't see it. I mean, he's big, but he's sloppy, and I mean, to me, the big guys have lost their luster in the WWE because back before the MMA tornado that's hit us now came to be, you loved the big guys because they were powerhouses. You were going to see somebody get knocked out. You were going to see a big slam, a last ride style power bomb, or an F5, or a choke slam, or something like that. But now, if you want to see somebody get knocked out, or you want to see somebody hurt, you can flip to any channel: HDNet, Spike TV, Fuel TV, FX, Fox at certain times. MTV has Bellator. Showtime has Strikeforce. I mean, if you can tune into a lot of MMA and see guys get knocked out. That's not the issue. You can tune over to pro wrestling to see what these guys do, and these guys are great at what they do. To watch a guy like Bret Hart or Kurt Hennig or Shawn Michaels or Ric Flair, or Triple H, guys that know their way, Kurt Angle. Love Kurt Angle. Guys that know their way around the ring, and their technicality just goes above and beyond. Chris Benoit was another one that was a great technician. Eddie Guerrero, Dean Malenko, back when he used to wrestle in WCW with the cruiserweights. Chris Jericho, CM Punk. This is the new era of wrestling. I think the days of the Batista, the old Brock Lesnar, the Chris Masters, Lex Luger, the big, overly muscly, can't move dinosaur. I think we're seeing the end of those days in WWE. I mean, they're going to be few and far between when you do see one, and when you do, they don't last that long. I mean, they really don't. Where's Chris Masters at now? Does anybody know? Does anybody? I mean, does anybody know? I'd like to know. Let's see. Oh, to briefly go back to SmackDown, Tenchi, I believe that's what they're calling him now. Is no one gonna recognize that this guy is Prince Albert? Um, they're acting like he's a new superstar, that he's a big deal in Japan, and he's got this Chinese lettering, going up the deal to the head with the Japanese symbols or the Japanese lettering, whatever it is. 6 to 1. But it's almost like no one's gonna acknowledge the fact that this guy is Prince Albert. But he is. He's Albert, Prince Albert. He was Prince Albert back when he was he carried the tattoo and piercing gun for Darren Drozdoff, which mad respect for Darren Drozdoff. Um, Miss you, brother. For those of you guys who don't know, Droz was a wrestler back in the Attitude Era. Tragically injured in a match, had his neck broken, and now he's paralyzed from the neck down. Very promising young talent. You can see him in the movie Beyond the Mat. In his meeting with Vince McMahon, when they're going to name him Puke, he can regurgitate on command. It's pretty awesome. I think he was a football player before that too. Um, yeah. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. I don't know. I don't know what your guys' opinions are about the era of the big man, but I'm pretty much think we're seeing the end of. Let's put it this way: with Undertaker, you know, nobody knows what's going on with the Undertaker right now. He's had that epic match with Triple H, and Shawn Michaels was the guest referee or whatever at WrestleMania. But if he leaves, you pretty much have Kane as the last really surviving wrestling personality. I mean, the with like I said, this MMA hurricane that's been sweeping the nation lately. Um, it's not cool to be the Blue Storm or Captain Lightning or Carnival of Chaos or whatever anymore. The Undertaker, Giant Gonzalez, Vader, Psycho Sid, Doink the Clown, Bam Bam Bigelow, all these classic wrestling personas that were larger than life are gone, and they're now being replaced with guys' real names. I mean, John Cena sort of ushered in that era of, not so much John Cena as Shawn Michaels. Obviously he was Shawn Michaels, but he still had a persona. He's the Kurt Angle. I mean, every guy has a niche or a shtick or whatever you want to call it. I like to say niche, a milieu, if you will. um, but no, I think that I think if Undertaker is gone, um, sorry about that, guys. Once Kane leaves, I really don't see. WWE has gotten back into this. It's almost like everything from the '80s is starting to revolve back around. Skinny jeans, the the sunglasses with the flat thing across them, and then this part's round, and the Justin Bieber haircuts and the glitz and glams, and we're starting to see everything circle back around, and it's almost like as Hogan was in the '80s, which I'm talking to probably the biggest Hulkamaniac ever. Everybody says that, I'm sure, but Standing in my swimming pool when I was a kid, one of those little plastic pools, just doing the Hulkster and you know hulking up and all this. But yeah, uh, I think that as Hogan was to the '80s, John Cena is to the 2010s, 2011s, 2012s, whatever you want to call them, the decade of the tens. Now, he's that PG superstar. I mean, once in a while he'll say "damn" or whatever, get the crowd all pumped up. You can't see me. Love John Cena. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, um, wrestling's getting. Let me know what you guys think. Let's get some views on this video. Let's get some comments down below. I know a lot of people. We're gonna get some MMA guys commenting too, which is fine. I'm a crossover fan. That's another thing I'd like to speculate on. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that MMA is completely separate from wrestling, the way that Dana White says it is, or is it the way that I think it is, like Ariel Helwani thinks it is, and Paul Heyman thinks it is? Jim Ross has even said that he thinks they're two separate entities. I honestly am a fan of both. I watch more MMA than I do wrestling now, just because I don't think the match quality is quite where it used to be. Um, but yeah, let me know what you think. Are some of you guys MMA fans and pro wrestling fans? Do you find it hard to cross over? Um, Let me know what you guys think, man. Let's get some views on this. Let's get some comments. I know there's a lot of guys that love to comment on this stuff. So let's get some stuff going, man. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll repost another vid with some of your comments. Thanks, guys. Take it easy.